Come on. Good morning, and welcome back to Coldstream Homestead Montebello, or Chum as we call it here in Northeast Baltimore. I am so excited to be here today with my good friend Mark Washington, the leader of Coldstream Homestead Montebello, but also our DPW director Jason Mitchell, the great hardworking folks in DPW who you guys have seen out in the neighborhood, our city administrator Chris Shorter. I also want to give a big shout out to Ha-Suk Chung from the Baltimore Civic Fund, Ava Richardson from the Baltimore Office of Sustainability, and our many partners who help make this happen. Cody Marshall and an entire team at the Recycling Partnership, Michael Gajeski and the team at Closed Loop Partners, as well as representative from the American Beverage Association and Dow. I want to thank each and every one of you for your partnership. Back in the spring, we announced that the city will be distributing new recycling carts to more than 190,000 households. You can see them in front of us. They are the right shade of blue for sure. This is about increasing our rates of recycling as a city and giving every household the means to recycle. And some may ask, why does that matter? Because it is directly connected to the mission that we have of making our neighborhoods cleaner, getting trash of our waterways, diverting recyclables from our landfills, and ultimately making our city less resilient on or less reliant on incineration, something that directly contributes to the health of our residents and the sustainability of our city. We have to change the way we operate, and we all recognize the role we play as individuals and communities in building a stronger Baltimore. DPW started distributing these carts on Tuesday. Every household that received a municipal trash can will be delivered a free 99 65-gallon blue rolling recycling cart with an attached lid. As a reminder, you can call 311 if you would like to opt for a smaller cart or if you do not need one. The new recycling carts are available free of charge to our residents thanks to a first-of-its-kind public-private partnership that includes the Baltimore Civic Fund, the Recycling Partnership, and Closed Loop Partners. My administration is focused on laying the groundwork for a greener, more sustainable Baltimore, and we know that recycling plays a major role in that work. This distribution addresses a key recommendation in the city's Less Waste, Better Baltimore plan and our goal of increasing rates of household recycling across the city. But we know that delivering hundreds of carts across the city is no easy feat. We ask for residents' patience with the delivery process from now through February of 22. Residents can review the delivery schedule on the Department of Public Works website and are encouraged to use their existing recycling containers until they receive a new cart. I will now turn it over to Director Mitchell to say a few words about what we're doing here before hearing from our partners. Mr. Director.
Good morning, and thank you, Mayor Scott, for those kind introductions. And I want to take a moment to thank Mayor Scott for his leadership on zero waste initiatives. These carts truly bring equitable opportunities to recycling in Baltimore City households and to help decrease what we send to the landfill and what ends up in our waterways. Like the mayor, I want to thank our partners from the Baltimore Civic Fund, the Recycling Partnership, and the Closed Loop Partners. None of this will get done without collaboration and partnership you see here today. It is important for government, nonprofit, and private sector to work together and commit to waste diversion programs. Echoing the mayor, 190,000 recycling carts will be provided to city residents over the next 5 months. We believe, as do our partners, these carts will help increase recycling rates. At DPW, we strive for equity in all that we do. So through the lens of equity, these carts are being distributed based upon need. That distribution order and general timelines is available on DPW's website. Several years ago, the city adopted the use of wheeled carts with lids for our garbage collection to promote proper trash disposal etiquette and to support cleaner and healthier neighborhoods. That distribution of standardized recycling carts is expected to produce better results to recycling collections efforts here in Baltimore City. Here are some of the important details about the recycling rollout. The size of your container will be 64 gallons, as you see here in front of you. This is the same size as the green trash cans residents have currently today. We highly recommend that you use the 65-gallon carts, but there are other smaller options and also options should you not want one. Residents should call 311 or visit DPW's website to request a 35-gallon carton, should you need it, or request no cart to be delivered at all. A 35-gallon cart will not be distributed at the same time as the larger carts. Due to manufacturing reasons, if you choose a 35-gallon cart, these will not begin distribution until November or December. We will keep information updated on our website and occasionally send out information through social media. So please keep an eye out for a postcard a couple of weeks before distribution. We will inform you before your cart arrives. Also, I want to mention that we are extremely excited about the mayor's fall cleanup that will happen on Saturday, October 23rd. And if we all pitch in, we will have a cleaner and better Baltimore. Participants in the fall cleanup can register for cleaning activities via 311 and receive a swag bag. DPW will provide up to 5 swag bags per individuals and or service requests to support local cleanup. To register for this cleanup and receive bags, please call 311. Visit Baltimore311.baltimorecity.gov or sign up using the Baltimore 311 app. The bags will be available for pickup at DPW's sanitation yards located at 111 Kane Street and 2840 Session Street, and will be available for pickup as early as today through October 22nd or until supplies last. Residents must provide the service request number they receive when registering with 311 when picking up the bag. Collected trash and debris for the mayor's fall cleanup must be bagged and placed out weekly at your weekly trash schedule pickup. Residents can also bring bags to many or 5 DPW drop-off centers. So we look forward to the great fall cleanup this year, and we hope every block in Baltimore signs up to participate. I want to thank the mayor again for his vision of and commitment to a cleaner and more equitable Baltimore, and know that DPW is ready and stands beside you in this critical work. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Director, and thank you for your hard work and dedication to make Baltimore a cleaner and more sustainable city. I would also like to invite 2 of our partners to say a few words about the importance of this moment, Cody and Michael. Cody from the Recycling Partnership, and then followed by Michael from Closed Loop Partners. Gentlemen?
Thank you, Mayor Scott. It's good to be here. Thank you, Director Mitchell. My name's Cody with the Recycling Partnership. We're a national nonprofit that provides grants and best-in-class education to cities just like Baltimore. This grant is made possible by 2 components. One is a grant for the carts and the education that's within the Every Bottle Back program of the American Beverage Association. And the other is made possible by Dow, who actually was able to donate plastic for parts of the cart to make the carts more affordable for the city of Baltimore. Our organizations know recycling starts right here at the curb, and the material collected here is critical for the to be put back into products that we use every single day. Our team has loved working with the city of Baltimore and their staff, folks like Kristen and Ann and Andrew. Haisuk really got everything into action here with the Civic Fund. So we've just been really proud to partner with these folks. And of course, this type of programming doesn't happen without the leadership from the mayor's office and their commitment to recycling. So we really appreciate this partnership and look forward to watching this success. Thank you.
Good morning. My name is Michael Gajewski with Closed Loop Partners, and through our infrastructure fund, we're really excited to provide a 0% interest loan to the city of Baltimore in participation in this project. I think what excites Closed Loop most about this project is the cross-sector collaboration that you've heard about today. The City of Baltimore and the Mayor's Office, the Baltimore Civic Fund, the Recycling Partnership, the American Beverage Association, Dow, and others that I'm probably not mentioning, but it's really truly important that with all of that collaboration, projects like this wouldn't get off the ground and certainly wouldn't be as successful as they are. This is a huge step toward the mayor's and the City of Baltimore's Zero Waste Initiative, and we're really thrilled to be a part of it. Thank you.
Thank you, both gentlemen. Thank you very much for your partnership and for your commitment to making not just Baltimore but the world a greener and a more sustainable place. As you heard from Director Mitchell, I am excited to announce that my fall cleanup will take place on Saturday, October 23rd. We're calling on all residents, all business people, all members of the media to join us for that cleanup. Anyone who wants to come and be directly with me in the alley somewhere in Carrollton Ridge, probably not in Chum because Mark won't allow me to come back that quickly to Chum, please, so that we can all be a part of seeing how we can make our city a better and cleaner place, but also so that we can see what our residents and neighbors who do cleanups every week with the folks who work in DPW, what they experience each and every day to keep our city and make our city a cleaner place. So we want everyone to be a part of that. It really does take all of us to make a cleaner Baltimore. We'll be sharing more information about the cleanup, about everything else that we're talking about today shortly after this press conference. And before I open it up to questions about the topic at hand, let me also take this as an opportunity to thank the hardworking women and men of DPW for what they do each and every day. They have some of the hardest jobs in the city. Many times folks do not appreciate them, and I want to say that I appreciate each and every one of you. I appreciate the work that they do, and call on all of us to consider that, right? To thank them when they see them picking up trash, to thank them when they're coming into your neighborhood to clean up trash that's been dumped by somebody who either from your neighborhood or not, to help them, to join them, to do cleanups, because they are doing a task that many people would not do, and they do it without complaining each and every day so that all of us can live in better and cleaner communities. But also, I would like to say that we are looking to hire people, especially those who have CDL licenses. So if you know someone that has a CDL license, please apply for positions with DPW. Please apply for positions, Director, and other agencies in Baltimore City government. We need you to be a part of making Baltimore a better place. We can hire you. Just reach out to us. We will reach out back out to you to make sure that you can be a part of making Baltimore the best version of itself. And with that, we will say thank you and take a few questions. Dave?
Two questions on topic and then one off. In relation to employment for the director, can you give an update on where that stands and if DPW is ready to handle the increased recycling that will be coming in based on these new carts?
I'll start, Dave, and then turn over to the director. We know they can handle it. We're going to have to work. You hear this is not just about giving out the cars, it's about the education process, making sure that more residents are recycling so that this doesn't just sit there, but we take stuff that is in those green bins and put them in the blue bins so that our workers are dealing with more recyclables, because this is about making Baltimore cleaner. This is about the generations to come. This is about making our city a more sustainable place. Mr. Director?
Whatever the mayor said, right? No, but
Specific numbers, if possible.
so right now, we are hiring for Public Works worker. We've just closed our recruitment, and we will be interviewing and hiring folks as quickly as possible to fill the almost 70 vacancies within our Bureau of Solid Waste. But we are gearing up. We are prepared. We're excited about the opportunity to recycling. I think similar to the mayor, this frees up your green container because you can put a lot more in your blue containers, whether those are cans, bottles, aluminums, plastics, things of that nature, so that we can have a better environment, and two, that so things doesn't get out into our bay, into our environment. So we're gearing up, we're excited, and we're ready to get closer to our zero waste goals here in Baltimore City.
And
Go ahead, Dave.
that was perfect, though. And in relation to the education aspect, I don't know if someone else can speak to this, but is there concern that some residents may use either the new ones or the old cans for garbage purposes? And what, if any, specific outreach is being done in the most vulnerable communities?
Hi, I'm Cody with the partnership, as I said. And so with this program, a large amount of that funding is going to be going to education. So you have these that give exactly what to do with the carts when they're arrived. They look very different from the garbage carts. And then as a follow-up, after carts are rolled out, there's another tranche of grant funding with the city of Baltimore to continue pushing this education in front of residents to inform them how to use the containers. And we've seen this work time and time again around the country.
Will there be hands-on, though? I'm saying, like, workshops? I mean, placards are nice, but we know that they'll just be tossed, possibly.
No, they don't just get tossed, they actually get used. They're really fantastic. It still works. And there will be workshops and connections with the residents, getting into the community and connecting with them, going door to door later in the year, into the beginning of the year, trying to connect one-on-one with residents is really the best-in-class type of education they'll have.
And to transition into the on-topic, which I think some of my frenemies have, can you comment on the OIG's report regarding the Druid Hill Sexual Health Center and the
No, thank
problems?
you. Yeah, no. I think that culturally we call that 1515 in Baltimore. You can tell how long someone's been in Baltimore by what they call that place. I would encourage everyone to read the health department's response to the Inspector General. We are committed to making sure that we improve all of our spaces, especially our public facing spaces, in the ways that we can. We know that that situation in 1515 did not get there overnight, but it's now my responsibility to make sure, just like we have with other capital issues, that we are addressing things that we know are in dire need, just like that one.
Are you okay with the fact that the health commissioner said pest control payments were delayed?
Well, no, we're not okay with that. But what we're doing here is we're talking about systems reform, right? Structural reform, making sure that our systems are updated so that we don't have those things happening. Dan?
Good morning, Mr. Mayor. Thanks for having us this morning.
You coming out to Carrollton Ridge
what I
next
wanted
month?
to ask you was, can I get one of the jumpsuits and
Well, you
be
got to talk to
alongside
Mark.
you?
You got to talk to Mark about that. This is given to me by Chum, so I don't. You can come, but the jumpsuit you got to ask him.
All right.
You can't fit his, I'm sure of that.
Can you talk a little bit more? I know the city's getting a non-interest loan to pay for some of the toters. Could you talk a little bit more about the overall cost and when you hope to have that paid back?
Yeah, I'll let Director Mitchell and the folks direct that question. I'm sorry. I forgot Hasuk was there. Sorry.
No, please. That's a great question. So the Civic Fund serves as a fiscal sponsor for the city, and especially projects like this, that's a little more complicated with a zero-interest loan and actually a lot of donations from national partners. So we'll be financing, and we're using part of the stormwater funds, and it's going to be a long-term plan, as you know, 7 to 10 years, and we will oversee the payments, and just focus on getting it done.
And in overall, I guess how much was the loan for?
I don't have all the titles. 3 million for the loan, and then the grants. Again, it all kind of the combination. It totals 10 million.
Okay, thank you.
Yep.
And I have one
The
off
grants are
topic.
$3 million too.
3 million.
Yeah, you could go ahead.
Okay. So we're heading into the last quarter of the year. Unfortunately, still seeing a rise in homicides in the city. You had said on the campaign trail that you had hoped to get homicides under 300 during your first term in office. Are you satisfied right now with how your group violence reduction plan is working?
Well, Dan, I think that you know better to know that we haven't even officially started the group violence reduction plan until a couple of weeks ago, right? So we can't monitor something a couple of weeks in to say, like, is it working or not? But am I satisfied with where we are with homicides in the city? Hell no, I'm not. Am I satisfied that non-fatal shootings are down? They're still not down enough, right? For me, it's about making sure that we deal with that issue in its totality. I came to this event from our second Criminal Justice Coordinating Council Planning Strategy event, where some people like to complain and talk about things in the public. Folks like me like to actually work with all of our partners to make sure that we're better, right? And what you saw in that room is that you saw our federal partners, you saw our state partners back at the table, DJS, corrections, all of these folks, the state's attorney's office, to make sure that we can work together, not doing what, no disrespect to you personally, not doing what some folks in the media have allowed folks to do over the years, and is pointing the finger at this person, at that branch of government, but saying we all, everybody at this table has improvement, things that we have not been doing a better job of. And what we are doing, literally what's happening right now as I'm talking to you, those folks in the public safety realm, those who work for me, those who don't work for me, those who work for the governor, those who work for the president, are working around a shared plan of how we can hold each other accountable and move forward. Something that should have happened 10, 15 years ago, it didn't. But now we're doing it so that we can be better in the future, because the residents of Baltimore want that from us.
And just a quick follow-up, the group violence reduction plan you had mentioned that some of the other cities that we are looking at that had seen some success, Oakland, for instance.
Yep.
Is there a timeline that we're looking at when they saw success that we can, I know it's hard to put success on here, like how we can follow their plan to a T, but is there
you can't put it on. But when you go back and look, and I know there was some discussion last week, like, oh, well, Oakland's violence is up. Well, if you go and look deeper and folks stop staying at the surface, you would see that folks in Oakland right now are saying, yeah, our violence is up because we got away from our group violence reduction strategy. We know that they, within the first year of implementation, they saw it, but it's not about just 1 year. It's group violence reduction strategies work because you remain committed to them over time. Oakland is the example of what happens when you do it well and then you stop. We all know in Baltimore about starting and stopping things. We will not stop. We will do it so that people's lives are safe.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Anybody else? Thank you, everybody.